Howdy folks, Little Johnny, as you can see from the front, ginger beer. I've been wanting to do this video for quite a while. I've been not putting off, but just haven't got around to redoing another batch of ginger beer. And I've decided today's the day. Part of the reason was that I haven't got around to it is my previous ginger beers I used to make, and also we're doing a lot from scratch, but we use some amount of help, and I used to use a ginger booster pack from the country brewer, which I got here in town. They've shut down, so I now can't get that, and I can't seem to find it on their website. So the only option I have for the ginger beer extracts in town is for Brigalow. Now it doesn't get good reviews from anybody, and a lot of the recipes you see there, they've used Cooper's or Morgan's kits, so I didn't really want to go with the Brigalow. Wasn't particularly keen to go for a Morgan's kit as well, and the Cooper's kit you just can't get anymore. I don't know why Cooper stopped doing the ginger beer, but they have. So turns out I was in Wollongong last weekend, and I had a chance to actually get to the home brew shop there in Woonona, the Northern Brew, and I was able to pick up ginger beer. Now what I actually got was this. It's just a little container's got some stuff in it. Now the fella there at the shop recommended this. He said it's very popular, so I thought, oh well, we'll give it a whirl. It's got some yeast in it. It's got a bottle of ginger beer essence and a little pack which appears to be like sugar and some sort of spices and stuff. So there's some basic instructions there. It's basically dissolve it all in water, add bloody kilo of dextrose, some corn syrup, top it up and ferment it. And this ginger essence doesn't actually, in this recipe, doesn't get added till the fermentation's finished, then sits for a few days before you bottle it. So I don't know where I'm going to use that. That might get left out. We'll see how we travel with the rest of it. So I'm boosting this up by doing a whack of real ginger beer and adding that to the kit. So what I've got is whack of ginger, about 3/4 kilo of ginger. That will come down to probably about 600 grams by the time what I'm going to do is peel it, and then I'll run that through the blender. Last batch I just chopped it up roughly, and I've had a few people comment that it's better if you actually do put it through a blender, so I'll do that. We have some dark brown sugar, or just brown sugar, raw sugar. I normally run for about 1 kilo, so I'm going to run about half a kilo of each. I don't want this real strong. Main reason being I mostly will mix this with bourbon, as opposed to just drinking on its own. So I don't want it real strong, and if I am drinking it, it's going to be more just a bit of a thirst quencher on a hot day when I'm doing gardens and stuff. So again, I'm happy for it to be a bit lower in alcohol. We'll throw in just a couple of chilies for a little bit of extra bite, and just a couple of kaffir lime leaves, just for a little, again, just a little bit of bite and flavour. Some bit of cinnamon sticks, and about 1/4 kilo of honey as well. So first thing I'm going to do, I've got a couple of litres of water over in the stove that I've got to a boil. I'm going to peel these and chop them up. So I'll get that done, and we'll come back and have a look at what we got. Okay, so just peel the ginger down as best you can. Don't worry about it too much, because this stuff's going to get filtered out anyway. Just a bit of a chop and into the blender, which just so happens to be the old Kitchen Ninja. So, Ginger Ninja. Bit of a flashback for anybody who remembers it. That's it. Just a quick hit in the blender, just to turn into a rough paste. All in the paste, just to open it up, and that's all you need to do. It's ready to go. Now, let's see what we got, just for the sake of numbers. Okay, there's actually about 800 grams of ginger there, so that'll give us a nice whack. Okay, and then that'll go in our pot, and to that we will add a couple of chilies. Now, you want to be careful how many chilies you actually throwing in, because you don't want to throw in too much heat, and hence why I like to go for just a basic red chilli, nothing too hot. And I'm just going to use the 2 of those, seeds and all. I don't mind a little bit of bite. Some people might like to go just the 1, some might like to go 3. But I certainly wouldn't be going for a hotter chili. I think it'd just get ridiculous. And it's not about the chili, it's about the ginger. And there's enough bite in the ginger. Okay. And we'll get that on the boil. So, got my pot off, so I'll get that back on, and then we'll look at what we're adding in. Okay, the water's come back to a boil. Now, I made a bit of a boo-boo. The chili doesn't go in just yet. So, first up, we want our honey and our ginger in. Now, you want about 1/4 kilo of honey. And now I'm not going to worry about weighing this. We'll just eyeball it. That's probably a bit more than 250, but yeah, I'll turn the heat down at the moment. I'm just not boiling while I put the honey in, just to avoid scorching it. And then we'll add in the ginger. All the ginger. And put that in. Now, some people like to use a bit less fresh ginger and add some, some dried powdered ginger in, but I'd rather just use all the fresh stuff. So, I mean, using the powdered stuff does make it a little bit cheaper. Ginger's not the cheapest thing in the world, but over a full batch it's not too pricey. So, let that come back to a boil. We'll boil that for 10 minutes and we'll come back and put our next additions in. Okay, boil's been on for 10 minutes. So we'll throw in the chilli, and I've just shredded up a couple of the 4 of the lime leaves. Dump that straight in, lid back on, and let that go for 5 minutes, then we'll come back and add our sugars, our cinnamon. Okay, so we've boiled for another 5 minutes. Now we want our sugar. And what's left, which will be our cinnamon. Now, some people at this point add nutmeg and cloves. That's a personal preference. I'm not putting either in. So, if you've got a recipe that's got those, like if you're following, say, Kingsley's recipe as an example, it has cloves and nutmeg. Okay, so I'm going about half a kilo of the brown sugar. Making them not going too much, that's probably a little bit extra, so we'll just cut back a little bit on the raw sugar to make up for it. So let's see, you want to keep the kilo of your sugar, so it depends what you're using, whether it's brown or raw, up to yourself. About a kilo of each, kilo of it, whichever one you're using. All up. Okay. Mix that back in. And give it another 5 minutes. Okay, the boil's finished, and I've just realised as I've come to a boil that I didn't add the cinnamon sticks in that last 5 minutes with the sugar. So I've just added some dry cinnamon and just let it sit for 5 minutes off the boil. That should add enough, that cinnamon sort of flavour. So now, got my fermenter cleaned and sanitised, strainer, same thing, and I'm just going to pour this into the fermenter, letting the strainer catch any of the extra bits, and hopefully we don't make too much of a mess doing this. There, that's left a bit of ginger beer, that's all good. Okay, so I'll let that strain now. Once that's strained, I'll take it out of the garage, we'll top it up, and we'll get a gravity reading and look to get into the fridge, and we'll talk yeast. So, I'll see you shortly. Okay, this is strained off. And we've got 4 litres in the fermenter. Now, I had my little bag out of the mix. Not even exactly sure what it is that's in there, but it's in there and it's in. I'll give that a bit of a mix through. Okay, so that's it. So that's everything in. All we've got to do now is add our water and top it up. So get this out into the garage, top it up, and then we'll have a bit of a final shot. Righto folks, we're in the fermenter. I've topped up to 20 litres. I had gone to 19, I took a bit of a sample, and we're at 1028, which I think is just a fraction low for what if it got to 10.05, it would be 3%, you know, maybe 3.2, 3.3 in the bottle. Not convinced it's going to get there, so I've just thrown an extra litre in with an extra couple of 100 grams of raw sugar, and that's pulled us up to, looks like 1032, maybe 1034, and I'm happy. I'm very happy with that. I'm going to stick with that. The taste, 19 litres was quite nice. Let's check with the extra. Yeah, that's good. It's not real gingery. I think at the 19 litres probably would have been better for the bite, but I think it's going to work nicely. There's enough there. By the time that ferments out and the sweetness goes and a bit of carbonation, I think that's going to have a real nice flavour, nice touch, nice little bit of heat. So I think it's going to work really well. 1034. If it does get down to, if it does get down to 105. It's 29, about 3.7%. So on its own, that would be quite nice. It's going to be a little bit solid if I'm going to drink it with bourbon, but I might just mix it half strength, maybe knock the bourbon back a little bit instead of going full strength. But we'll see. It might just not open bottles yet. I mean, 2 weeks, got a couple of weeks to think about exactly what I want to do with it. So anyway, that's it. I've rehydrated the yeast that was with the that was in the pack that I got from the Northern Brew there in Woonona. And I've also added 1 pack of USA 5 to that as well. So I think my temperature's good, and I'll give this another 15 minutes. I'll pitch that. 18 degrees. Probably give it 2 weeks, then we'll bottle them up. And so I'd say 4 to 6 weeks from now, we'll be looking at doing some tastings and see how this has turned out and ready for summer. So that's it, ginger beer. If you've got any questions, ask away. Stick them down the bottom. Any comments, put them down there as well. As I said, this is a little bit of a different brew than what I planned on making or what I've done before. So if you want to clarify anything, go for your life. If you haven't subscribed to Little John, hit the subscribe button down there in the corner. There's always something new to learn, something new to look at. So anyway, that's me. Ginger beer done. So till I see you again, we're drinking beer, we're talking beer, we're brewing beer. Good brewing.